This is No Frills ASMR. I thought we could look through this book I just picked up at the library. It is 100 Best Places in the USA. And we'll see how many I've been to. I also picked up at the library this book page. I looked through one of these that was from around Halloween, and so it was spooky season. But interestingly, this is the spring edition, and it is spring shudders, and it's also spooky. So I'll make a separate video and look through this. But a couple people asked me where I got this, and this was just at my library. It's like a free handout they have, so check your library. I don't think they all have it because my sister, she works at a library, and I asked, and she said they don't carry that, so I don't know. Okay, so we're going to look at the 100 best places in the United States. My guess is I've been to a lot of them. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Linda. I am 55. I've recently found out that I think I told people I was 51 on this very broadcast before my husband corrected me. I'm not good at numbers. But I have done a lot of road trips in my day. This looks like Sequoia National Park. Could be Redwood, but it looks kind of like Sequoia because there are these giant trees in Sequoia. This might be Redwood. Let's see if it tells us. This book's from 2024. I don't see that it tells us where that front picture was from, but it's okay. This is the reflecting pool in Washington, D.C. In the mall, they call that, I think. And that's the Lincoln Memorial. Okay. Oh, this will be beautiful. I love all these pictures. Okay, so we're starting in the northeast of the United States. So that's probably Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. And you can see it's a popular area for people to visit during fall colors. And there's a lot of kind of, spooky things there, like Salem. All right, the Adirondack Mountains. Been there. This is in New York. Cover an area larger than Connecticut and Rhode Island combined. Said by locals to be named after the Iroquois insult for enemies they'd driven into forest and left to become bark eaters. Huh. I don't think I've ever heard that. Yeah, beautiful. Boston. I've been here a few times recently. My son is living here. Some of you know my son from the NFL football videos. He's Clark. Lives in Boston. Brooklyn. I was just in Brooklyn for a wedding. It feels like just, but it was probably 2 years ago. This is also where the Gretsch, the original Gretsch guitar plant was, where they made Gretsch guitars. I think that's right. We're big into Gretches around here. The Finger Lakes. I've been there. One time we were going through the Finger Lakes with my parents, my mom, dad, my husband, my kids. And we decided to make it kind of fun and like take a little drive and stop at antique stores along the way and have lunch. That sounds fun and cute, but it's exhausting because you're stopping and it just makes the trip take so long. And by the end, we had a reservation at one hotel and a reservation at another hotel, so we were just going to kind of meander along the way. That ice sounds so nice, but we were beat. Georgetown. This is outside of Washington, D.C. My other son's girlfriend lives in Georgetown. I don't know if I've ever been, actually. But I can tell you that Boston, Brooklyn, Georgetown, they're expensive places to live. The Hamptons. I don't know if I've been to the Hamptons. I'm not sure. Maybe when I was a kid. But this is near Boston, right? I think my son says we should go. Okay, Maine. I love Maine. I love Maine. Now, if you're going to Maine, of course, where most people end up is Bar Harbor. But they have cruise ships that go into Bar Harbor, and it can be crazy busy there. So you might want to take a look. They have I think it's called like a cruise mapper or something like that, and you can see how many ships will be in and plan your visit so that you're not right with all the ships. But even if you go to Bar Harbor, there is an area like just south where you can stay, and it's not busy at all. Like the cruise people stay right in the heart of town. But there are also all these other areas of Maine that are gorgeous. I can't wait to go back. I love it. This is Acadia National Park. Blueberries. I remember when I was a kid, we used to camp, and there'd always be wild, like, blueberry bushes, and you could just pick them and eat them. Manhattan. Yep, been there. I've never actually stayed in Manhattan, but I've definitely, walked through it plenty of times. The National Mall. I've been here a lot because I used to live in Baltimore. But I highly recommend, if you've never been to Washington, D.C., it is actually really cool. There's the Lincoln Memorial, which is awesome to see. The Capitol Building. The Korean War Memorial, but really the Vietnam War Memorial. It's profound, I would say. Like it really. And then there's the monument, the Washington Monument. I have only been up in here one time, and my son, I feel like it was my oldest son, but maybe I'm wrong. Probably not. He's afraid of heights. Probably my two youngest. Anyway, really wanted to go up, and it just happened to be a cloudy day. But sometimes you're like, okay. So we went up, but it was cloudy. I may have done it when I was a kid, but I'm not sure. Ooh, Niagara Falls. So Niagara Falls, there's a side that's on the United States side and a side that's on the Canadian side. And the better view, actually, I think this is Canada and this is US. I think the better view is Canada. I've been to Niagara Falls lots of times because I grew up in Detroit. And that was kind of, if you were going to Canada, And one time we took our kids, my mom and dad, and we went on the Maid of the Mist and went around there. That was pretty cool. And then the last time I went, we were on our way up to the bay. What's that bay called up in hold on. I'm blanking. Oh my gosh. I don't know why my brain is blanking. It starts with a C. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway. Shoot, it'll come to me. We were driving up Georgian Bay. Not a C. And we went to Niagara Falls, and we did the tunnels that go down and look out. And I had done this as a kid, but maybe we were on this side where you could go under them. I don't know. But anyway, it's fun. You know, it's kind of a day trip. I wouldn't maybe spend a night there and check it all out. But anything beyond that would be, it's sort of all tourist town over here. But it's neat. It's neat to see. If you have a barrel, that might make it more interesting. No, it's worth it. Philadelphia. I went when I was a kid and I haven't been back. And I was looking at going this year when the marathon is going on because I have some people who are running it. But it's so expensive. It was so expensive. And I don't know if it's just because of the marathon. Everywhere is expensive. Traveling right now, hotels are like crazy. I remember when paying $100 for a hotel room was outrageous. That was a lot of money. Now it's like this to go to the marathon, I think it was almost $400 a night. And you kind of need 2 nights. I was like, what? Have you people lost your mind? So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Provincetown. I don't think I've been to Provincetown, but I would go. It's a big party. It's a big gay party. Seems like it would be fun. It looks cute. Salem. Actually, I think Clark just stayed here just recently, now that I think about it. Salem is, famous for the witch trials. And I think if you go around spooky season, it's kind of neat, but very crowded. But I still kind of want to go. Just 40-minute drive up from Boston. Salem is a must-see destination for anyone visiting America's Northeast. Famous for the 1692 witch trials. Salem gets particularly busy around spooky season. That's what I just said. With pumpkin adorned lawns become the norm. Yeah, that would be fun. There's a Salem Witch Museum and the Witch House. What? The White Mountains. We had a family reunion in the White Mountains one time. It's beautiful. View from Cathedral Ledge. The Great Lakes. No write-up? I guess they're talking about this is the Great Lakes region. Okay, I'll allow it. There's a lighthouse. I think this is snow on the shore. I did a video that goes into depth about the Great Lakes because some of them are very deep. That was probably 2 years ago now. Oh my gosh. Let me know in the comments if you have watched that video because I think, interestingly, it's my most watched video. The Great Lakes by No-Frills ASMR. And I don't know why. Like, I've tried to recapture that. I don't know. I don't know how YouTube works. All right, here are the Amish communities of Wisconsin. I used to always be sort of enamored of the Amish. Like, I thought it was so neat when you'd see their wagons on the road and the barns and stuff. But I hate to say this, guys, and I hope this doesn't offend anyone. But as I got more and more into animal, I foster animals and a little more active in the animal communities, whatever. I learned how much abuse there is within. They do a lot of puppy mills, and it's legal when they do it because they have different, agreements about these things or something. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Might be a lot of animal abuse there. Chicago. I've been to Chicago a bunch of times. I want to go back because there's a guitarist who plays at a bar or club. I think it's small. I don't know. It's called the Green Mile. And I want to go see him play guitar. So I I have to make a plan. But like I said, everything's so expensive right now. Hotels in Chicago are crazy. But I love Chicago. It's fun. One of my sons wants to move to Chicago, which maybe I should wait, because if he does that, I know he's applying for jobs there right now. Cleveland. Yep. This is where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is. It's weird they don't show. Oh, maybe that's it. I feel like that might be, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I want to go back because I want to go here. I've heard this is cool. This is like in the old train station, I think. The West Side Market. But the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's awesome. I bet it was 15 years ago that I went to Cleveland. Oh, it's been a minute. Detroit. This is, I grew up in a suburb of Detroit. But that was in the 70s and 80s. I think that we had moved away by 89. So it's been a long time since I've been back because I still have family. But I haven't like permanently lived there in a long time. But if you go, the Henry Ford Museum in Greenfield Village, I did a video about it already once, but it's definitely worth going to. It's in Dearborn, Michigan. It's totally worth it. Yeah. Indiana Dunes National Park. Yeah, I've been there. It's cool. It's sand dunes. Isle Royale National Park. Yep. Been there. It's pretty. It's just like this wildlife. It's a long way from, at least it was when I went, from everything. So you have to, really want to be one with nature. Mackinac Island. I went when I was a kid. I haven't been back. Every now and then I look up staying on the island because Mackinac Island's, in Michigan, like in here. Like this is Michigan, sorry. And this is the Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula. It's in between. And I'd like to stay on the island because they don't allow cars. You have to use bikes or horses. And you can stay there. It's so expensive. And that was years ago. Like I haven't looked in recent years. I bet it's even more now. But someday I'll just do it, I think. I think it would be fun. But you can go there just for the day and take a day trip and then stay on the main, part of Michigan. You don't have to stay on the island, but I think it would be kind of fun to do. But every time I look it up, I go, never mind. Too much. Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. Yeah, been here. Here's the thing that happened when I was a kid. Hold on, let me get a map so I can show you. Hold on. Oh, guys, yesterday. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll get this big map. It's closer. Yesterday I worked on my son bought a house, and I decided to bring my chainsaw because I love to chainsaw. And it was completely overgrown. You couldn't even see the house. So I was like, I'm going to take the chainsaw and just start whacking away at stuff. And I did ask. I didn't just do it. But I'm like, let's clear it. While I was doing that, and I'm in pretty good shape, but I am 55, and maybe I should have stretched a little bit, but how you just tweak your back. Oh my God, it hurts, and it still hurts. This map's too big. I can't show you. Hold on. There's a reason for this. There's a reason for my madness. Let's see if I can do it without hurting my back. Hold on. Okay. When we were kids, we took a road trip. We took a lot of road trips. And my dad worked for the auto industry during the 70s and 80s. And he worked for Chrysler. And there were a lot of times where they would lay people off. And my sister says that's why this happened. I don't actually remember that, but maybe that's why. So we knew we had at least 2 full weeks, but I think it may have been 3 full weeks. And I've kind of told this before, but I think the way this road trip went was we left Detroit. And I think we went down to like Mammoth Cave, across this way to Rocky Mountain, down through like Mesa Verde, up through the California coast, and we were hitting highest points along the way. So any state that had a highest point, like Kansas has Sunflower Peak or something like that. So we were hitting the highest points. Because we went to the highest point in every continental U.S. We didn't go to the top. We took a picture of it because we were in a full-size van. But anyway, and then we went up into Canada. I think actually went to Victoria. I don't know how we did that. And then we came across Canada. We went through Glacier, I believe. Oh my God. And then we came back down this way. And on the way back to Detroit. So now we're at the tail end of it. Now, my sister and I were like teenagers. She's probably a teenager. I'm a teenager. And it was miserable. We were going nuts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, tensions were running high by the end of this thing. I got mad at my dad and I quit talking to him because I said something was, let me try to remember. Anyway, I got mad at him and decided I wouldn't talk to him. But the worst part was he didn't even notice that I didn't talk to him for like a week. I don't think he even was aware that I wasn't talking to him, which is wild. But anyway, on the way back, we went to Pictured Rock National Seashore and we took a little boat trip and you look at the rocks. Well, we've already seen every sight there is to see. And I wanted to jump off that boat. I was like, I gotta get out of here. And then we spent like another day driving back home. So that's my story from Pictured Rock National Seashore and why I hated it, even though I'm sure it's beautiful. But my memory of it was terrible. I don't know. Short North Art District. I think this is near Ohio State University. I don't think I've ever been there. Springfield, Ohio. No, sorry, Springfield, Illinois. Oh, this is Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln Territory. Yes. I don't think I've ever been here. Oh, maybe. Lincoln Home National Historic Site. I'm not sure. Taliesin. I've been to Taliesin West. I've been to a bunch of Frank Lloyd Wright houses, Falling Water and some in Michigan, but I don't think I've ever been to the Wisconsin Taliesin. And there is a video. Boy, I can't even remember if I was going to make a video about a murder at Taliesin, but I don't know if I ever made that video or not. I can't remember. I know I've studied up for it 2 separate times, but I don't know if I ever made it or not. That's funny. The plains. Oh yeah, buffalo. I'm going to do a video about the buffalo pretty soon. Tatanka. The Enchanted Highway of North Dakota. I've driven this highway. You can stay at the Enchanted Hotel. I've never heard it called this, but I'm pretty sure I've driven this highway. Because this is how you go to like Mount Rushmore and Devil's Tower, right? I don't know, maybe. Flint Hills National Scenic Byway. Where is this, Kansas? I'm not sure. Hayes House Restaurant, where they have seriously good strawberry pie. Sign me up. Gateway Arch National Park. Been there. This is the gateway to the west. So when you're driving like from Detroit towards the west, you go by here and you go, yay. And then on your drive after you hit that, you end up in this whole area where it's just flat, flat, flat for many, many miles. And then you start to see the Rocky Mountains off in the distance, and it's very exciting. And it really gives you a sense of the size of our country. And that is why I do recommend a road trip, even though it takes many days to get across the country. It is a long haul. But even when my kids were little, we didn't have cell phones yet. We did buy a DVD player, and we had screens that we hooked up to the back of the headrest, And then we would rent movies from Redbox, and we'd rent them in one city and return them in another city so they could watch movies along the way. But I do remember going, okay, boys, look outside. I'd make them like stop and look. But yeah, without movies, it would be a long trip. Nebraska State Capitol. I don't know about that. I mean, I haven't been there, I don't think. Oklahoma. I've been to Oklahoma, but I'm not sure. This looks funny. Buck Adams Cosmic Curious. Yeah, along the routes out west, you find a lot of roadside attractions. I don't know how many are still around, but like in Mitchell, there's the Corn Palace. There's all the Cadillac Ranch, all the Cadillacs sticking up out of the ground. There's Ruby Falls over here in like Tennessee. That's a cave. There's drugstore Wall drugs. Anyway, shoot. I'm sorry, my brain. I've been having trouble. But you see these roadside attractions, which is something to do along the way. Wall Drug. I think that's right. Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Yeah. President Theodore Roosevelt, he did, start. Is that the word I'm looking for? The national parks. And set up like buffalo reserves and stuff. But mostly because he felt that cities were like too feminine and people needed to experience the Wild West and what he had experienced hunting buffalo. And he could see the buffalo disappearing in like a 10-15 year period and the West changing dramatically. And so he wanted to set up these parks, and it's kind of interesting. Anyway, Voyager National Park in Minnesota. Okay, I have not been here, and I would like to go here. I think there's you can canoe forever, I think, in Voyager. This is definitely a place I'd like to go. Wichita. Yeah, I've been to Wichita. This is how I picture it, too. But I can't think of what. Oh, here's something interesting. Okay. From Dennis the Menace cartoon and Pizza Hut, which was founded in Wichita in 1958, to key members of the 1950s beat movement, Allen Ginsberg wrote Wichita Vortex Sutra after he visited in 1966. And influential local billionaires, the Koch, that's how you say that, brothers. Yeah. Okay. The Wizard of Oz. People have been interested in Kansas. The Southeast. Look at that. And that looks so cool. Now, I just think of it as the South. It's funny. I guess there's the Southwest and the South. But yeah, I guess the Southeast. That looks so cool. Atlanta Arts District. I can't think of when I went to Atlanta last, besides the airport. Cape Hatteras National Seashore in North Carolina. Yeah, I've been there. A shipwreck on Cape Hatteras. Oh my. So pretty. Clarksdale. Mississippi. The Blues were born in the Mississippi Delta, where funky little Clarksdale is the obvious first port of call. I want to go here. I love the blues. I've been to Beale Street in Memphis, but I've never been here. Clarksdale. Clarksdale music festivals are a major draw. Among them, the free Sunflower River Blues and Gospel Festival. Wow. In August. And the Juke Joint Festival in April. That does sound interesting. It's Robert Johnson. What is this place? The Hobson Plantations converted commissary building. Now a jazz venue. Colonial Williamsburg historic area. Yeah, I haven't been here since I was a kid. My sister and one of my viewers said kind of overrated. So, I don't know. I guess I'm not in a huge rush to go back. Everglades National Park. Last time I was here was, it must have been many years ago because my kids were little, so it must have been 20 years ago. And we went after going to Disney. We were driving home and stopped at Everglades and did one of these boat, and the black flies, ooh, they were bad. They were biting the heck out of us. Florida Keys. Yeah, I want to go back to the Florida Keys. I haven't been back I've been to Key West, like on a cruise stop. And then when I was a kid, I went to Florida Keys, but I haven't just done the drive in a long time. I would like to do that again. It's so pretty. Fort Lauderdale. I stayed right here. That's where I stayed. That's funny. I went here. I had a happy hour here. We stayed at a hotel directly next door to this. I didn't know this was like a place that would show up on it. Do they talk about it? Yeah, this was nice. It was fun. That's funny that this picture is here because I just happened to find this little boutique hotel that I can't remember the name of. We stayed at and we enjoyed that. And then for dinner, we walked over to the happy hour and we got drinks and appetizers or whatever that was on happy hour, and it was plenty of food. Yeah. And then it started to pour down rain. I remember. Great Smoky Mountains. I've been here tons because my parents live near Knoxville, which is right nearby. And they're beautiful. They're free. Although I think now, even though it's free to go in, you have to pay for parking. So they're kind of getting you now. But you can hike. You can camp. If you do any hikes where you just go in like a mile, nowadays, because of Instagram and stuff, they're so busy. But if you go in beyond a mile, you'll be by yourself. Like almost everybody just goes to the waterfall, takes pictures, and leave. I just did I think it was like, I don't remember how many miles, but more miles than I expected. Like, I talked about it in a video. I forget now. Was it? I don't remember. It was a lot of miles though. Louisville. There's the Kentucky Derby, I guess. Yep, Kentucky Derby. Maker's Mark. Yeah, you can take bourbon tours. I've never done any of that. I'm not that into bourbon. It would be fun if you knew somebody who was like Richie Rich and had a box or whatever to go to the Kentucky Derby. You got like all dressed up. That would be fun. Mammoth Cave is awesome. I've been there, I think 3 times, and it's awesome. You can go in different ways, but it's really cool. This is like graffiti from the 1800s. And you can stay at cabins like right in there. Memphis, Beale Street. Yeah, this is so fun. There's Sun Studios. I want to go back. I want to go to Sun Studios. Ooh, I want to eat that chicken. I want to go to this room because I don't know the pool room in Elvis Presley's Graceland. Oh, I've been there. I just don't remember that. Yeah, we went to Graceland. I'd go back because obviously I don't remember National Civil Rights Museum. I go here. Okay. I'm going to make a trip to Memphis. I'm going to Memphis. Memphis. Beale Street. Beale Street, you could just hang out, and there's like live blues music all over the place. It's fun. Yeah, I definitely want to go back. The Mermaids of Weeki Springs. Weeki Springs? I feel like this is a place my mom has mentioned. Like, this is old school. I don't know anything about it. So you go see mermaids. How funny. Have you guys ever heard of this? Dating back to the state's 1940s tourism heyday. That must be why my mom, she talks about this, and she talks about, I want to say Marvin Gardens, but that's Monopoly. Oh shoot, something gardens. Maybe it'll be in here. Miami. I've been to Miami a few times, but I haven't really spent time there, so I need to go and just like spend time. New Orleans, I haven't been back in ages, and I do want to go. That I have to put on my list. Maybe I'll make a road trip and go to Memphis and New Orleans. Panama City Beach, I haven't been to since forever. I don't know. That used to be like a spring break destination from Detroit. Puerto Rico, I was just here twice this year, actually. I was there in January and April. But in January, we spent 3 days, I think. It's beautiful. Yeah, we were in Old Town San Juan, though. We didn't go. I have to make another trip and go to the, rainforest. Savannah. I don't know if I've ever been to Savannah or not. Look how pretty, though. St. Augustine. Yeah, this is where you can go to the Fountain of Youth, I believe. All right, I'm going to have to continue this because we're not even halfway through. I'll come back to this book later. I have to go eat something. Yeah, I want to go to St. Augustine. I remember my father-in-law went there, and he was like, we have to go. It's so good. It's so fun. And we never did it. And he has since passed on. But I do want to go. Let me know if you've been to St. Augustine. Like I said, everywhere hotels are just so expensive. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to mark this page, and we'll come back to this book. If you guys enjoy it, let me know. All right, I will talk to you soon. Planes. Picture. I mean, look how pretty. So obviously